There's no question that the Albuquerque rapid transit construction has caused frustration, whether you are a supporter of art or not. Over traffic problems in the area, the new buffered bike lanes going up downtown are causing confusion as well. The change means that the area right next to the curb, typically reserved for parking, is now a dedicated bike lane. Parking spots have been moved further into the street between the bike lane and the traffic lane. Alicia, both KRQ and Journal reported that drivers are actually not quite with this yet. They're actually parking in the bike lane because habitually we park hard
next
to the curb. And you can't just overcome these things within, a new painting scheme. I guess my first question is, how much of this is on the city to really educate us about how this works? Is that part of it, or should we just get it automatically?
Well, I feel like we keep having this discussion over and over again because there has been sort of a miseducation or lack of education from the city on how this is all going to unfold and how it's going to work. So I think they could have done a much better job in providing the public with how the new parking structure was going to work, how pedestrians were going to get around. I mean, we just moved from Nob Hill. We were in the Nob Hill area, and I felt like I was playing Frogger every time I had to cross the street because there was no crosswalk. And yet again, it's, well, find the nearest crosswalk. Well, there wasn't one at the time. So being able to educate business owners in the area, being able to educate the public, I think, again, they've just not done a really great job of educating folks on how this is all going to roll out. And so hence we have the confusion and the frustration.
That's right. Dan, you see me downtown a lot, riding my bike, honking, waving, all that kind of thing. It's interesting, as a driver, does this mean anything to you? I mean, you drive a fairly good-sized vehicle. Is that something that you're going to have to get used to?
You totally have to get used to it. I think, though, Alicia's point about them needing to educate, I think it's not so much they need to educate. I think it's just another example how the city's out of touch with everybody. I mean, they make these massive changes. We're going to move the bike lanes here, the parking here. I missed who was asking for these changes. I missed, the big uproar on the media that said, hey, we're a bike organization and it's safer. We've done a study to have it's like the city just continues to do stupid things that you're like, hey, in the middle of doing this art project and construction's all screwed up, we're not only going to figure out how to screw up the traffic patterns. We're going to rearrange how you have to park in the 6 inches you got to try to park. And all these people that are trying to support the businesses, you got to figure out whether you're dodging a bicycle, a motorcycle, a car, a four-wheeler, a pickup truck.
That's right.
So, I mean, I think this is just another example of the lack of forethought from City Hall going into things that, they think they're doing good, and the do-gooders are actually doing harm.
Interesting. Okay, we'll have to see how this plays out.
I totally disagree.
Okay.
So it seems to me that what we're seeing in different places around the city is the city testing best practices from other communities.
Right.
So I'll give you the example of roundabouts. We hated them when they were put in.
Yes.
People have figured them out, I think, for the most part. Every once in a while you see somebody and you're like, okay, keep moving. The change in parking on Silver in Nob Hill, where now they have the back-in parking.
That's right.
The first week it was there, people were like all over the place. They were going in, they were going out. Now you drive along Silver and everybody's got it sorted out. Everybody's parking in the right direction. I think that's going to happen with this as well. What's important to me here is I really do believe that that's a safer bike lane. I'm looking forward also to not scraping up my hubcaps every couple of times that I try to park in one of those spots. But I think that what we're going to find is that as the drivers downtown figure that out, it is going to create a safer channel, and that we will eventually see it brought out to the rest of the city. And that's my hope.
Right.
Bike safety is a real issue in this town.
Thank you.
And drivers are typically not paying enough attention.
That's right.
So, my hope is that the experiment does pay off.
One of the other parts of it, Tom, is that as a biker, the dreaded driver door opening, when you're barreling down the road, you're waiting for the ABQ bus to go off your left shoulder, you get cars over here, somebody opens the driver's door, you have nowhere to go. And this solves that problem. And people may think that's kind of funny, but that actually happens, and a lot of people get hurt that way. Your sense of it, is it better as a driver? Do you feel like you're going to be able to...
As a car driver, yeah, I mean, it's a different kind of a road diet, is what some of the city planners call it. And it provides an opportunity for a bike lane, but 1 block or 2 blocks does not mean a city is bike friendly.
Gotcha.
2 specific issues. One is I was on Bicycle Boulevard today, AKA Mountain Road, and the lights aren't even timed. If you're a cyclist, you've got to stop every time that you're at a stoplight.
That's what you're supposed to do.
The lights aren't timed.
Right.
And then the second thing is that out on Unser, they have really nice bike lanes, but then there's an area, probably about a mile and a half, where there's absolutely no shoulder. And then all of a sudden the bike lane picks up again.
Right.
Why don't they make the existing bike lanes work first before starting to go downtown and teaching Albuquerque a bunch of new tricks? That's just mind-boggling.
Is it a monkey see, monkey do kind of a thing? Dan mentioned, and so many other cities are doing these kind of things. And
it is, but other cities are being more deliberate about how to communicate it. Like, for example, you have, Albuquerque's, I've always heard people say, oh, we want Albuquerque to be an international city.
Right.
International cities like Copenhagen, Puerto Rico, or San Juan, Puerto Rico, Dublin, they all have green lanes for the bikes.
Painted green. You can't miss them.
Painted green. In Albuquerque, we're going, well, I don't know. Am I supposed to park there, or am I? What? I don't know what's really going on.
That's right.
So I think it's a nice gesture, but it's like saying, hey, carrot cake is good for you and it's healthy because it has carrots in it.
I think, Eugene,
Not bad.
Eugene, you made a good point though about as a bike rider, and I know I look like I'm a big workout guy. I get it, big fit guy. I would think that just me as a driver and being a passenger, I think the driver is more in tune to checking the environment, getting out of the car, than now you're going to be tootling down the road and some 8-year-old's going to pop open the door to jump out of the car.
There is a buffer. There is a buffer built into those.
But I still think, it's still, where do you go, right? You're pedaling your bicycle down, you got the passenger side, cars opening. I think you're
But you do have a bailout. You know what I mean? If the worst comes to worst, you can bail out to the right and just fall off the bike and just deal with it.
That's a good point.
So, yeah, exactly. The other scenario, you have no bailout. There's no way. But I want to pick up, just a minute left, Tom's point, Alicia, about you got to stitch this whole thing together, or the bits of it don't make sense, the individual parts. You know what I mean? Would that be a worthy goal for you as well?
I absolutely agree with Tom. I think why not get the pieces right that we need to get right first before trying out new things? Because if you go to different areas of town, again, we still don't have the dedicated bike lanes. They just drop off, they'd end.
Right.
And then we're having this new lane. Let's get things right first and then try to expand upon them.
And I think just saying, hey, we're going to try it out in 2 blocks or 3 blocks, what they should have done was taken, in my opinion, I agree, we need to get the stuff done where we have the right bike lanes.
Sure.
But what they should have done, in my opinion, was say, we're going to have this route, right? You're going to be able to go from the zoo to this part, and we're going to try this out.
That's right.
And then there's this entire, now you're pedaling along on your bicycle, and unless you hit these 2, 3, 4 blocks, you got no idea what they're doing, and it's going to be a mass confusion rolling.
I've had that happen with friends visiting who were bikers. If they don't know where to bail to get over to Silver, they suddenly find themselves in big trouble on Central. You got to sort of know the territory, as the old song says, but it's just a difficulty. Now, when we come back to the line, we'll talk about the Southwest Current record heat wave.